Here comes the first official battle. Let's watch the Union send them cowards running. Welcome to Historic Hindsight. I'm Prospector Johnny. With me, as always, is Lieutenant Tommy, and today it's awful.
That's right, Johnny. What the shit just happened
Tommy,
this week?
I went to see it. They were gonna run. They were supposed to. And then they fired so many times. Cannons.
So
They fought, and then it was noise, and there were picnickers. We were there. It was gonna be amazing.
It wasn't amazing, was it?
It was so. Tommy, what happened?
I
got this.
Shit.
I picked it up. It was just on the ground, Tommy.
Hey, you got a relic. At least
What-
you got your souvenir.
What am I gonna? It probably killed a man, Tommy.
Guaranteed it probably did.
What?
What the
This
hell
was supposed
happened
to
this
be
week,
easy,
Johnny?
Tommy.
This was supposed to be over. What happened? Well, I guess I got to get into it. So on the 19th, we're going to recap. If you weren't there at the picnic, we're going to recap for you. This is definitely, I know you're drinking beer, Johnny, but I'm drinking whiskey because this is a whiskey.
I wish I had the whiskey, Tommy. I dropped it. I did. I left it. It was at the field.
And the thing, I gotcha.
I need my.
So on the 19th of July of 1861, this year of our Lord, McDowell is going to give his men a day to rest. Why, McDowell?
No, you shouldn't
Why
have done
did you
that.
give them a day to rest? He decides that because of over the long march and the heat and the whole people wandering off to go eat the Skedaddle with their moms, we got to have a day of rest. This day of rest allows the fucking Confederates to reinforce.
Tommy, they were so strong.
They were so strong. By 4 p.m., the 1st Brigade of Thomas Jonathan Jackson is going to arrive at Wilbur McLean House, surprising General Beauregard, who's like, what? You guys are here already? I asked for reinforcements, but I didn't think you'd get here this quick. The trains were moving. People were coming in. The Union was supposed to keep him in Winchester. We did. The mission not accomplished.
There were so many of them.
Mission not accomplished.
They were supposed to run.
They were supposed to run,
and we thought they were. All the boys thought this was gonna be. This was it.
This is gonna be it.
It can be short.
On the 19th, while reinforcements are coming, we've got General McClellan, who's congratulating himself literally in the papers, going, "I did it. I beat Western Virginia," which he did. I mean, Western Virginia.
It turns out, Tommy, these boys are way bigger than West Virginia, and they really want to keep them slaves.
The Eastern Virginia boys they're doing it. So on the 20th, we have another day of rest, Johnny, where McDowell's troops, as he forms his battle plan.
That's when I got in.
Yeah, that's when you got in the 20th? Yeah, he's still going to give him another day of rest. He's waiting for supplies.
Sorry.
He's waiting for supplies. Yeah, you're fine. He's waiting for supplies to come in. He decides that his battle plan is going to be that he's going to attack the Confederate left flank. And meanwhile, Beauregard's building his battle plan. Now he's getting some reinforcements from Johnson's troops. Johnson comes in.
He had that information that I thought was funny that he had it last week. We should have.
Yeah. Johnson is going to arrive on the 20th. He's going to essentially take overall command, but allow Beauregard to be the field commander. So Beauregard gets to make the battle plans, do all things, and Johnson's going to get the credit for it. So Beauregard decides, I'm going to attack the Union right flank in the morning.
Yeah.
We're going to... So if both battle plans go off as planned, they're going to semicircle.
That's not what
Which,
happened.
by the way, I'm going to break character for 2 seconds. Watch our episode on the first Battle of Bull Run. We did that. It was a very early episode, but if you want very specific details, I'll link it. Very detailed.
It's like a 2 hour
hour and a half. Yeah, hour and a half video. Go watch that. Very detailed about the minute by minute, pretty much of that battle. Anyways, so he's semicircle is what the plans are.
Yeah,
and
I don't think nothing seemed to go as planned today, Tom.
No, on the 21st,
bad.
the very wee hours of the 21st of July, Johnny, we're going to get what we've all been waiting for. The Battle of Battles. These two great armies, the largest armies that have ever been assembled on these United States soils, are going to clash.
Only one of them was supposed to be like the
Good.
rest. Like,
we literally have an army with flintlock rifle muskets.
Happened?
Not even rifles, muskets.
Every time we shot at them before they ran, Tommy, they didn't
They
run.
ran.
They brought so many men. And they just they kept shooting. It was so the noise. Everybody got scared. I think I trampled at least 3 people.
Yeah, well, you probably did. Because a large crowd on the 21st is going to gather of civilians from Washington. They're going to travel with the army as they've marched down for the last couple of days.
It was so much fun in the days leading up. We had we had picnics, we had parties. At night we were drinking. It was great. It was amazing. We were celebrating the victory of war before it even happened because we were so sure of it. And then those fucking rebels had to shoot back.
Because this crowd included congressmen, included senators. Like, what the shit? There were famous people here. We had people giving out sandwiches. It was a glorious day. I got this bottle of whiskey, Johnny. I got this whole bottle. The fucking congressman from Illinois is like, hey, I got some whiskey. And I got it.
None of it matters. Shit's not over. We didn't do it. Now what? Now what, Tommy?
So at 5:15 in the a.m. on July 21st, Johnny, the Union cannons are going to open up with a barrage that should have ended this war, but it didn't. It did.
No.
Beauregard is going to be eating his morning breakfast. He's going to be eating his breakfast, and the cannonballs are going to come. What the shit? Oh, they jumped us. They got the. Damn it! They started before us. Beauregard.
We got it into his bedroom.
Yeah, he's mad. He is mad. He's like, I was supposed to start this war. You guys started it. Come on, let me get in on this shit.
But it was so a cannonball went through his wall.
And he's like, what the
during
shit?
Breakfast?
During breakfast. And he's like, what the shit? Federal plans are going to go to shit right off the bat when McDowell's going to send Hunter's division to attack Sudley Springs and Tyler's division to attack Stone's Bridge. But both of these divisions, while they're marching to their respective locations, are going to like, oops, we collided into each other. And now we've got Illinois boys mixing with New York boys, mixing with Indiana boys. And
all good boys, though, right?
We're playing with... They're good boys, but they're drunk and they're playing with shit and they're fucking tired because it's 5 o'clock in the morning and they're running into each other. Yeah. So the plan was that the battle was supposed to begin. They're supposed to move out at 2:30 in the morning and they're supposed to begin around 6 a.m., but it gets delayed until about 9 a.m. because everybody's fucking bumping into each other. Meanwhile, the Union artillery is letting the Confederates know shit's about to happen because we're firing guns off left and right. Like,
I saw, it was like, I mean, it was wild. Like, it was coming over the fields and everything, and you knew that the Union was there, but they weren't doing it. They were just laying down, trying to avoid it.
But it starts off okay because, like, even at 9 a.m., even with the delay, the Union troops are pushing the Confederates back. They're pushing them all the way back to Henry House Hill, where the Confederates do have the high grounds. But we're all like, whoa, we got it.
Oh, dude, you should have heard the crowd then. You should have heard them.
Yeah.
We saw
they were cheering.
Good God. It was like nothing you've ever heard.
But that stupid, like, dirty, just awful rebel piece of crap Thomas Jackson is going to refuse to give up his ground at Henry House Hill. Like, he's up there. He's over 50% of his men are shot. We Union boys were like, boo, 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 boo. We got them.
There was so much
half of them are dead. Half of them are dead. So much murder, so much like blood everywhere. And Thomas Jackson's like, I don't give a fuck. It's fine. Screw it.
He wants his slaves so bad.
He wants his slaves, Johnny, so bad. There's a famous line where allegedly a Bernard B., who is mortally wounded, says, look Look at Jackson standing like a stone wall. Rally behind the Virginians, men. And encourage his men, instead of retreating behind the hill, which they probably should have done.
They should have.
Imagine you got a guy to your left, you got a guy to your right, and you got you. Like half of you are dead. And you're like, I'm going to still stand here and take getting shot at. That's fine.
You gotta really love slavery to do that.
You gotta really love something. In an attempt to dislodge the Confederates, McDowell is going to order that 2 batteries of artillery protected by U.S. Marines are going to be brought up. This is where the battle turns south. We got it won, but the Confederates are a little smart, because see what they're doing is on Henry House Hill. There's high grounds. They got the cannons on the high grounds. So they move when the cannons are loaded, they move the cannons up to the high ground and then shoot at our guys.
Yeah.
When they shoot, the recoil rolls them beyond the hill, so we can't shoot at them. And then they reload safely. And then they move the cannons up and shoot at us. And recoil pushes them back behind the hill. They reload, they push them back up. So we only have like 0.2 of a second to shoot at them when they're ready to shoot at us.
Yeah.
So we tried it.
Is that when when did they start retreating? I don't remember much. I remember a lot of running. I remember.
Well, we'll get there, Johnny.
Okay.
Hold on a second. So
it's hard to see from where
the federal Union General McDowell decides to bring up 2 batteries of artillery protected by the U.S. Marines in the halls of Montezuma. They bring up the Marines to protect those guns, but the Marines fail to protect those guns when the blue-clad 33rd Virginians, who are dressed in blue,
or poison blue,
come down off Henry House Hill to engage those cannons. The Marines go, they're eating their crayons.
Yeah.
And they go, they're blue.
Yeah.
They're blue, so they must be us, right? So we're not going to deal with them coming down from the enemy position.
Uh-oh.
We're going to ignore them.
Do you think this is on account of the one time that they did shoot ourselves?
It could have been. It could have been. Because then the blue-clad Virginian 33rd just destroy the Marines.
It seems unfair. It seems like a dirty, unfair trick to also wear our color and then come in and shoot our boys.
They do that. They do just that. So as they're just destroying the Marines and the artillery, the Marines go, screw the shit, we're out, and they bounce and retreat, leaving the guns to be taken over by the Confederates. As these batteries were taken over, Jackson himself, even though sustaining over 50% casualties, decides, you know what we're going to do? We're going to take these bayonets and we're going to put them on the gun there up there.
Yeah.
And when the Union guys get them within 50 yards, so point blank range, when they're in 50 yards,
ish. 50 yards. That's a long.
Point blank. That's not that long.
For the gun, for the shooting, it's not. But,
no, well, for the flintlocks, maybe.
The bayonet style.
But they got the bayonets, and they say, hey, wait till you see the whites of their eyes like we did in the Revolution. And then we're going to do one continuous volley at them. And they did that volley. And then Jackson said, scream like the Furies and charge. Which the rebel yell is born, and holy...
The fuck's a rebel yell?
These jackasses screaming at us with their fucking bayonets on their guns, fucking charging at us, going... Woo!
I think it might have been when I started to run. It was the...
Well, and you're right, that's when you started running. Everybody took off. Everybody in the whole damn, it's just scary as shit. People so yelling at us. Like, what the hell's going on?
It was so loud and...
So after this rebel yell and this charge of Union forces, like you, Johnny, as a civilian, the soldiers were like, screw this shit, I'm out. And they bounced.
I know.
And while they bounced, what did they do, Johnny? They bounced right through your picnickers.
Oh, my God. You wouldn't believe it.
How many...
People in their Sunday dresses, their Sunday best, getting run over and trampled by soldiers. I picked this up. I didn't know if I'd have to use it. I thought I might have to use it. I don't know what I was going to do with it. I hope it works.
Now, fun fact, while all these people were retreating, we did have a Senator Henry Wilson who was handing out sandwiches to retreating Union soldiers. Say, hey, a sandwich for you, sandwich for you, a sandwich for you, Johnny. Did
I
you get a
didn't
sandwich
get a
from
sandwich.
Senator?
No, I wish I would have got. I got a gun, but
Well, you stole off the ground, yeah.
I mean,
That's
the
somebody's
dude
gun.
I took it from wasn't using it.
Yeah, he wasn't using. So sandwich was me held out, but that Senator Henry Wilson's sandwich shop was going to be destroyed by Confederate artillery. At which point he goes, "I probably should go home."
Yeah, along with the rest of us, it was. I mean, good God, there. We talked about it leading up, about the roads leading into the battle and everything. It's all these wagon roads and everything else. There were people in heels running through that.
In corsets, they can't go up a flight of stairs without having to take a break, and they're trying to run.
It was
what the shit was this? So this retreat, Johnny, what you're talking about, is going to become known as the Great Skedaddle. The Union Army was only saved.
It was not a skedaddle. It was a stampede, Tommy.
Yeah, stampede. The Great Stampede. It's only going to be saved because at least. There was a 5,000 unit reserve that was put in the back that was like, hey, if shit goes south, please stop shit from going south. And these 5,000 troops bravely stopped the Confederate advance.
Maybe we should have used them to advance.
Maybe. But this Confederate advance, by the way, it doesn't hurt that Beauregard orders, once again, his orders are misinterpreted. So at the beginning of the battle, he says, hey, we need to attack the Union right flank while they're attacking our left. And the Confederates don't move. They said, no, we're good. We're being attacked, so we're just going to stay put. And then during the retreat of the Union forces, when Jackson so bravely causes a rout, Beauregard says, hey, go after them. And most of the Confederates go, we're not going to do that.
They don't. But,
stay here.
Thank God.
Thank God, because at the end of the day, what we're left with is the Union loses 460 killed, 1,124 wounded. The Confederates are going to lose 387 killed, 1,582 wounded. So relatively similar casualties until you take into the fact that the Union also lost 1,312 missing. These are guys that just went, I'm okay. I'm going home. This war thing is real.
I'm actually housing one of those guys right now. He followed me with him, like when we were all running. So he's with me.
He saw Timmy get his head blown off, and he's like, "Look,
this shit's
that's real.
This is not. I don't want. This is. I thought. I mean, we've been joking for weeks about
months, Johnny.
Months, I guess, about this. But this is.
To be fair, we should have been, because like in Missouri, the Union have, like, every time we fired at the Confederates, they ran.
But this is
in Western Virginia, we fired at them and they ran. Like, this should have been. This is going to be a war. This might be longer than a week.
They are not fucking around down there. They really, really don't like the Union, and they really want those slaves. And they this is bad.
It's bad.
I don't know how long it's gonna go, but
it's gonna go.
It's not. I was very, very, very wrong with it being over this week.
Yeah, well, Johnny, your sentiment is about as what it is in the North and the South, where you all realize this is not gonna be a quick war. We're gonna be here for a minute. Job security. So on the 22nd, following the loss at Bull Run or Manassas, depending on how you want to look at it, the overall Union commander, General Scott, makes some quick decisions. One of those quick decisions was on the night of the 21st, where he hears of the loss at Bull Run and says, General Patterson, your whole job was to keep Johnson at Winchester. You didn't do that. No. You said mission accomplished. You put a telegraph that said mission accomplished. He was fired. So, yeah, he's fired. Okay. Fired. He's replaced with N.P. Banks to take over the Department of Shenandoah. Because, you fucking failed that job. The next morning, Scott is also going to replace General McDowell with General McClellan, who won the whole... He's the hero of the West, although not really, because he didn't.
No, we talked about this, Tommy. He was the overall lead.
So he gets it.
And
yeah.
Even though he didn't
So
do anything, he had his underlings do it. He still gets the glory.
So McClellan is going to replace McDowell, and we've learned that maybe we should train these guys how to at least fire the guns.
Would have been helpful a couple days ago.
At least March, so that they don't run into each other.
Please,
so fix that. Then, like I said, the next morning we got all kinds of trains. Washington is doing their thing. They're ordering all kinds of changes. McDowell's replaced by McClellan. McDowell's the scapegoat. Although to be fair to McDowell, his battle plan wasn't bad. It was just that his troops didn't even know how to march.
Yeah, it turns out maybe you need to train troops before you can expect them to carry out orders.
So Washington's saying, "Hey, take this newly formed 35,000 troop army that's been less than a month in existence and fucking fight a battle." That was probably a bad idea because McDowell's initial idea
but also make sure that you let the enemy know weeks ahead of time what your battle plans are.
Because McDowell
put it in the paper, you jackwagon.
McDowell attacking the left was fine. Like we progressed to Henry House Hill, we did it. But you probably shouldn't have waited 3 days to allow the Confederates to get reinforcements.
Tommy, there were so many of them reinforcements. So many reinforcements.
Meanwhile, while the House of Representatives looks at this battle, they passed the Crittenden resolution. The House of Representatives passed the Crittenden resolution. I'm drunk.
I'm sorry, Tommy. I'm going to need you to say that sentence one more time.
The House of Representatives passed the Crittenden resolution, stating that this war, the Civil War, the war between the states, the war between brothers, is to, and I quote, to defend and maintain the supremacy of the Constitution and to preserve these unions. And it will not subjugate the South, and it will not affect the institution of slavery. The House of Representatives said this war is to preserve the Union.
Right, yes. Yeah, I get that. We want to keep the Union.
We don't care about people who aren't brown. We just want to keep the Union.
Everything together. And then, but what's that other
So they're trying to encourage those in the South that, hey, look, you can keep your slaves. We just want the Constitution of the United States to stay intact.
But I thought we just don't. So we're settling for not expanding slavery?
Yes.
Okay.
So in Virginia, after the Battle of Bull Run, or Manassas as they're calling it, T.P. Davis, or Trader President Davis, is going to call for a day of Thanksgiving to celebrate the victory. Screw you, asshole. We already have a Thanksgiving.
But is this November all of a sudden? What are we doing here?
No, it's not. Good news, though, that Johnny is out in the West. Union forces take more ground in Missouri when they take Forsyth and name St. Louis as the capital of Missouri. So they have decided to change things up. St. Louis is now the capital of Missouri, and they have now taken control of Forsyth. So more territory in Missouri is taking control of the federal government. So screw you, dirty rebels out there.
So do I'll change my thing later.
I saw already a circle, I think.
But it's got a question mark in it.
It should be a question mark.
We're going to keep it a question mark?
Yeah, we're question mark.
All right, I'll keep it.
But we're getting there. We're getting close to more of a...
We're going to take it, right?
Union.
I mean...
We're going to... Eventually. Maybe.
I was so confident before. Them boys want to fight down there. So I don't know so much anymore.
On the 23rd of these July 1861, more changes in the Union Army structure occurs when General Rosecrans, who is the true hero of the Western Virginia campaign, he is going to command over the Department of the Ohio, so he's taking control of all the Western troops basically at this point.
So he got a bit of a bump.
More good news on July 24th when Union forces under Jacob D. Cox attacks Confederate rear guards near Charleston, Virginia, pushing them out of Charleston, the city that is. They're going to take it over on the 25th of these July.
Sounds like you should have gotten to watch that battle.
At least, yeah, you should watch that one. Because at least these awful week of July is going to end, Johnny. It's going to end on the 25th, when the Senate adopts the passing of the Crittenden resolution. So the Senate now agrees with the House and says this war is over. Union. in maintaining the Constitution of these United States. That's it for this week in Civil War in Hindsight. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And if you enjoy this, check out Historic Hindsight, where we talk about the Pinkertons shooting up Unionists.